I'm Carladylisa with Achilles Mazda. The sun is dawning on what was a beautiful day today. I'm so happy to have the warm weather because it means I can do more videos like this. So today, after popular demand, I'm going to show you the difference between a 2014 Mazda 6 that we took in on trade and a 2016 Mazda 6. So behind me here, I've got both cars sitting there. That should answer some questions that you guys have had about this car and just give you a better insight on what's changed and how awesome it is. So we're gonna take a look at the outside first and then I'll do the inside, and I hope you enjoy. So let's flip you around and get started. So this car here is a Meteor Gray 2014 Mazda 6. Now, nothing changed from 2014 to 2015, and this specific model here is a GT fully loaded tech package model, so it has all the stuff that was available in that model year. As I said, nothing changed for 15, so this is what you would be looking at as well for 2015. You can see our grille here. It does have still that nice emblem there because, see right there, because this car does have the Mazda radar cruise control and the iActive Sense technologies. This is what they launched it in, was the 2014 Mazda 6. So it came with the latest in technology for 2014, and it did win Car of the Year for 2014, which was pretty huge. You can see our headlight here. It does have some signature lighting, you know, like a signature lighting going on there. It just looks a little different now in the 2016. And as well as our grille gets a little updo, right? And the fog lights. And the rims. So the rim, the design is the same. This shape, it's the same kind of, I want to call it a saber-tooth design. But the finish changes to give it like a little bit more depth, and it just looks pretty awesome. So that's your front end. And here we have the rear. So this car does have some nice lighting. I'll see if the sun goes down a little bit, if I can show it to you a little bit better. Dual exhaust is standard, and not a whole lot changed on the back end. It's just how the tail lamps were designed. And this one does have a little antenna on the top, and that's because it's the tech package with the Sirius satellite radio. And in order to have the Sirius, you need to have that extra antenna. So that's the outside of this guy. And please note that here in Canada, in Ontario, the Meteor Gray is no longer available. Womp womp. So that's a 2014 Mazda 6. Now here we have, this guy here is a 2016 Mazda 6 GT, just no tech package. Because as I said, the tech package gets that emblem. This would also have that same kind of resin looking emblem and the same functions. But we see quite a difference to the angles on the bottom of the grille, as well as that little extra bit to your fog lights, that little bit of chrome there, and their LEDs. And you can easily see the difference in the headlamps there with the signature lighting. It is quite more powerful to look, and the bulbs seem a little bit brighter with the LED. It's pretty amazing. Looks awesome. And then see our wheels here. Exactly the same design, just darker. That's it. And there's our tail end. So it looks almost exactly the same, but when I get the lights on, you'll see a slight difference, not a huge one on the back end, because it's not a full model redesign, it's just a refresh. Going into the 2014 Mazda 6, This specific unit here has the off-white interior that was available for that year. Now, keep in mind, this car is only a few years old, but it does have almost 100,000 kilometers on it. So that's quite a bit of driving for 2 years. The gentleman that owned it was a businessman, drove around a lot. But you can see the leather still looks pretty good. You know, if you just clean it and care for it, it should kind of stand up the test of time. We have memory seating in this one. And I'll just fire it up for you guys. Alrighty.
We don't want him hanging out here, freaking out the cleaning staff. Ben and Sean.
Oh, it looks like I need gas. Good thing I'm not going anywhere. So this is our odometer set. This is what she looks like. It's a very digital looking screen here because it's the GT with the tech package, and you just press this info button to kind of flip you through all your options, and then you would press the center to get into your settings menu for your iActive Sense technologies. There you go. So that's kind of what that does. Steering wheel hasn't changed a whole lot, but you can see we have our Mazda radar cruise control because that's your distance when you set it, right? Speed, distance. It's pretty cool stuff. We also have these are standard. Blind spot monitoring comes on mid trims and higher in this model year as well. The adaptive front lighting system that turns 15 degrees in either direction and lane departure warning, which is pretty awesome. Our nav card is in this component here. And it's an SD card done through TomTom. So when we go over to our system here, this is the 5.8-inch touchscreen system. Yes, we agree to everything. And this gives you an idea of what it looks like. It's pretty user-friendly because a lot of people have TomToms, so you kind of get the gist of the menus. It is voice activated, but the commands aren't quite as intuitive as the Mazda Connect system, but it still does the same job. Like, it still will navigate you to where you need to go. And we have our keypads here, our audio screen with Sirius, Bluetooth, all your options. Pandora, that's for the States. We don't get that here, unfortunately. And our phone menu looks like this. Dial, speed dial, phone book, call history, text messages, depending on your phone's compatibility. Okay, so you always have to look that up to see if your phone is capable. iPhones are not, for some reason. Apples don't get along with Mazdas. You have to use Siri to dictate your messages. It's just like a different way of doing it. So you activate Siri, like how you would use S-Voice or whatever. That's what I use in my car. Now, our setup menu has some components. So our vehicle tab, we can program how our door locks work, our lighting, and our wipers. And you can do this and more in the 2016. So here are all our controls: clock, auto climate control, heated seats, our shifter with just the manual mode there, and we do have the paddle shifters up here because those were a standard thing on this GT model. And then this is our HMI commander. So what you'll notice when we go into the next model, that it's highly refined. This, how it works. Like, this does a pretty good job, but the other one's kind of just a nicer setup. They really did a good job with it. Cup holders, parking brake, USB auxiliary port, power outlet, and then this thing would slide for, you know, shorter people like me. And take note of our finishes here and on the door. And like I said, this is our off-white interior that we had for that year. It's very creamy. Like, this one is much more, it's much more beige, because the new one is pure white. It's a little bit lighter. What could I compare this to? I don't know. Just way more creamy. I don't know. Getting into the 2016 Mazda 6. So this one has the black with the dark auburn interior accents. So you can see like this is a little different, and then they have a little bit more bright finishes here on our knobs, which is quite nice. Illuminated. And we're missing a couple buttons here, but that's fine. It's just because this isn't the one with the tech package. We would have a few more things there. We have leather here, and this is just an empty little handy compartment for, you know, things. This car also needs gas because we don't want to put mileage on these ones. It only has 4 kilometers. It's amazing. So you'll notice like this looks a little bit different. Now this screen here, this is not a tech package one. So I want to see if I can find one with the tech package and throw it in here so we can see exactly what that looks like on the tech package, because it might be a little different this side here. I just want to confirm that. Steering wheel has a few more accents going on right there. This is about the same, but these little guys. And then if we have Mazda radar cruise control, of course we would have that. But one awesome thing that's changed is this wicked active driving display, which is pretty fabulous. So this displays not only our speed, which looks really tiny in my phone for some reason, but it's not. And also turn-by-turn navigation prompts will show up right in that screen, so you absolutely cannot miss turning. Like, you cannot miss it. And any other engine prompts that might pop up will show up there. This is what our dash looks like now. So we have some great contours here that have changed a great deal. We have leather here instead of that hard plastic stuff. And this is a 7-inch colored display screen that is kind of mounted half in, half out, which is pretty awesome because it doesn't make the dash feel so big. It comes down a little bit. And this is kind of nice because you can actually see where it is. Our other cars it's all hidden behind here, right? And the Mazda Connect system is pretty awesome. It came out, they launched it in our 2014 Mazda 3, and it's gotten some great reviews. You have 5 main menus that do so many things for you. We can keep track of all our regular scheduled maintenance nice and easy. This tells us what's going on. We need fuel, thank you. Fuel economy monitor is a fancy graph. And then the HD radio traffic map things helps with your nav. Entertainment does everything and then some with our entertainment. USB, CD. Yeah, we have a CD player still. It's tucked away right here. See that? If you want to kick it old school. And it's voice activated, which is awesome. If you look up some of my other videos on the 2014 Mazda 3, you can go into all of it. We have our all of our contact stuff, text messages, dial pad. So very similar to the 2014, but it looks very different, right? So that one still would download your contacts and call history and do your text messages. Unless you have the iPhone, of course. Sorry, guys. They don't do text messages, but Android does. Woo! So we have that. Our navigation, ooh, the card's not in this one. Shoot, sorry guys. But I do have it on a 2014 Mazda 3 video that I did. I'll post the link in the comments so you can check it out. I did a versus of the Mazda Connect versus TomTom stuff. So you can check that out for more details on the nav. And our settings menu, which is pretty awesome. This is all for your active driving display to calibrate it and adjust the height and stuff like that so you can see it. Brightness, safety, blind spot monitoring, sound. We have Bose, so these should be on when you're listening to that. And our vehicle tab has the same kind of stuff that we were used to, but it also has a little bit more now. So of course we have all of our timeouts and our sensitivity of our auto headlights, but we also have this coming home and leaving home function. Now this is pretty great. So what it does is if you're coming home and it's dark, okay, you shut your car off, shut everything off. So you'll just pull your lever towards you, right? As if you're putting your high beams on. And it's going to keep your lights on for an extra 30 seconds, or if I need that longer because I live in the boonies and I'm afraid of the dark. Don't judge me. You can, so they'll stay on for 120 seconds. And leaving home light is on, so that means when you unlock your car from your key fob, it's going to turn your headlights back on again from like wherever. So it'll turn them back on for you. So that's pretty cool. The headlight off timer is just naturally at nighttime, they'll turn off in 30 seconds. This is like a special circumstance when you pull it. So that's what that means. Pretty cool. Good for people who maybe have a cottage and there's maybe raccoons are rustling in the bushes. So that is our Mazda Connect system. We take a look here. Yes, we still have heated seats, and our auto climate control system looks a little different because they had to squeeze that in there, right? And just an outlet, our shifter. Okay, so this thing is so much fun. If you haven't tried out your sport mode and you have one, you're missing out. So if you're on the highway, you just go like that and that turns it on right there. See? Sport mode. And what that's going to do is it'll bring you up to about 3,500 to 4,000 RPM and give you just a little bit more torque, and that's your maximum torque comes in around that range. So it gives you like a peppier, sportier drive. Not quite as fuel efficient, but a little more fun. So if you feel like you need that extra little play in your transmission, just do it. Oh, it's so much fun. And you still have paddle shifters, which you can use and drop down a gear at any time, which is pretty fun as well. Here's our HMI commander. So see how it's been refined? Like, this is perfect. So here's my back key. Here's my shortcut to my music, my home screen, my nav, and my favorites menu. So if I click my favorites menu, that's what houses my favorite radio stations. So instead of presets, we have favorites, and then we just add them, and then you can have like a whole list, a ton of favorites. Here, I can add one right now. I'll add this one. Press and hold. See, and then boom, it's right there. And then you can have this one here is for phone favorites, so favorite people and favorite places. So it's a really wicked shortcut menu. You have volume, mute, and our electronic parking brake, which is a load of fun. So you just pull it to apply. You hear a little whirring noise. That's normal. So now it's on, right? And then I put my foot on the brake and push it down, and it's off. It's really that simple. And our cup holders are much bigger now and a little shorter, so it should fit our Canadian coffees a little better. You know, our doubles. And then the way it closes is a little bit nicer. And I've talked about the contours of this. You have your USB ports. This is where your nav card goes, and of course power outlet. But the contour of this is so nice. So wherever you are leaning on it, you always have an armrest. Pretty genius. Can you see that? So there we go, around the car. How fun is that? And our back seat. Oh, fun stuff and fun fact in the back seat is that you have rear heated seats for your passengers now. And that's a standard feature. Standard feature on the 2016 Mazda 6. Is the 2014 Mazda 6 an awesome car? Hells yes it is, because it won Car of the Year for a reason. This redesign is just really, really nice. You know, they just kind of made it look a little more mature, you know, beefed it up a little. And it's really good. They've done a fantastic job. But essentially, they're almost the same car, just little tweaks here and there. And the 2014 Mazda 6, like I said, Car of the Year. So even if you have that one or this one, they're both going to be awesome cars. They're both going to be Mazdas. One thing that changed, 2015, you also get the unlimited mileage warranty. So you'll have that too, 2015, 2016. And just some color changes. Like I mentioned, the gray is not available anymore. But we have the new blue, titanium flash. And Sonic Silver. That's what it is. So we said goodbye to aluminum metallic and the gray, and we got those colors. Yeah, so I'm going to wait till it gets a little bit darker here. And then I'm going to do another video of the exterior light.